brothers and sisters in the spirit. I greet you all with love and light of the Most High God, the infinite creator, source of all things, source within. Thank you for checking back in with me, family. One of my viewers had hit me up a while back, and she was asking me a question. She was checking out one of my old videos when I was speaking about the third eye. I think I had called it "Be Warned." Why you shouldn't open your third eye. It was something like that. But it was an old video I had did, and the reason I did that video was because it was during the beginning phase of my third eye was awakening, and I was seeing a lot of crazy things. And so I wanted to do a pretty much like a warning video, letting people know don't force it. That's what that video was about. But I think I wasn't really answering a lot of her questions. Okay, so she wanted to know, you know, what was I doing with my third eye had became active, and she also wanted to know, did I had prepared for it. I think that was the question. Did I have prepared for my third eye to be awakened? What was I doing during the time, when it started to awaken? And I should have wrote those questions down, but anyway, let me just say this real quick to you, sister, and I thank you for leaving those questions. I think I did reply to you. I think I did, but if not, I apologize. But anyway, I've done many videos talking about the third eye. My experiences. Just a matter of trying to check the vault out, because my videos, they go back at least a good 4 years. They go back. But anyway, maybe 5 years. Anyway, let me just say this. I was not prepared when my third eye had awakened. I was not prepared. That it wasn't on my mind when it happened. I pretty much, like any other normal night, going to bed, lying down, and when I look back on it, it just happened natural for me. It happened very natural for me. I became very conscious, and it's like I started, even though I knew my eyes were still closed, it's like all of a sudden, before I went to a deep sleep, I was just lying there with my eyes closed, just resting. But it's like all of a sudden, I became very conscious of looking within myself, and I kind of lit up a little bit. And I started to see a light, and it startled me. I kept my eyes closed. It startled me, and with this light, I was seeing movement in the distance. So, with that being said, that was my first introductory as far as my third eye being awakened, and I was aware of it. Now, at first, I didn't know what this phenomenon was at first. Let me just say that. I kept my mouth quiet for a while. I had to do some research because I didn't know what this was. What is this? Here I am with my eyes closed, and I'm seeing images. What is this? And what's up with this movement that I'm seeing that's going on, with my eyes closed. I had to really do my research. I had to pray about it, because during this time, like I said, I didn't force it. It happened naturally. During this time, I was very low vibrational. Let me just say that. And what I mean by that, my thought process wasn't as positive as it is now. And my heart wasn't as... My heart wasn't the way it is now. I say it like that. I'm more in my heart space now. Back then, I wasn't. I was very judgmental and pretty much like the average person out here. Pretty much, being in that place of, your brothers and sisters have more than you. I don't care who it is. When you see people who are coming up and they seem to be doing better than you, whatever, you might get into that space of being jealousy. All of this is operating on your lower self. All of this is very low vibrational. Um, that was me, even though I didn't want to admit it, but that was me. I wasn't in a good place as far as my, me operating in my heart space, shall I say. Let me just say, when it comes to my heart chakra, it was blocked. It was blocked big time, okay? It was blocked big time. So anyway, getting back to the third eye, it was during the time that I was not prepared whatsoever. Like I said, everybody's different. I just happened to be during that time. I felt like the Most High God took his hands off of me. That's the way it felt. That's the way it felt. It felt like he took his hands off of me. And I say that because, during the time my third eye had awakened, by me being low vibrational during that time, I was attracting a lot of dark things to me. When you in that realm and you seeing through the veil and, you seeing the unseen, they see you. They see you. They are aware of you, you know. And we all have spirits around us anyway. We all have things around us anyway, but due to the veil, we don't see it. Okay, and that protects us in a sense because we're walking around, walking through all kind of energy and beings and all of that. But the fact that we don't see it, it's like it doesn't exist. But when your third eye awaken, that's when you really see what's really around you. You also see what you are attracting as well, all right, to you. And you also see the chaos that's going on inside of you. That's why, you can relate it to your own life when your life is out of order and you have a whole lot of chaos going on because you got a lot of that darkness around you as well, okay? But anyway, I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. Like I said, I started off seeing the light. To me, it was just an average, beautiful light. It stood out because you are in complete darkness. This light stands out. And for some reason, I don't know why, but we are all drawn to the light. We are in a dark space, okay? So I felt my essence moving up towards the light a little bit, and I started noticing movement. And the movement was like these little dark shadow figures. I couldn't make their features out that good because they pretty much, blacking out. But I noticed them, and I realized they noticed me too. At first, they didn't notice me because they was walking. It's like to me, my perception of it. It's like they were guarding this light. That's my perception of it because they kept walking back and forth. They never would enter the light, but they would walk back and forth. And I would see one, walking back and forth. Then I would see two. Then I might see three. And all of a sudden I see one go back, stop, and look my direction. And that's how I started learning about energy because when it stopped and all of a sudden immediately it was up in my face, this dark, I'm going to say entity or being, I felt the energy. And the closer it got to me, I felt paralyzed, and when they're able to paralyze you, they can really, that's what you don't want. They can really harass you and, you can also receive attachments like that as well due to the fact that you're low vibrational and you are attracting them. Had I been at the time in a good place vibrationally, my thought process was where it should be as far as me thinking positive, and my heart was right, more in my heart space, and my vibration was, at a nice high place, shall I say. They wouldn't been able to touch me, nor would they have been able to get close to me and paralyze me because, it's something about that light of the divine. They cannot stand it. They cannot stand it. That's why I couldn't understand what was it about this so-called light that I was seeing because they were walking past it. They were walking past this light. And I never saw them enter this light whatsoever. But like I said, the closer I was getting towards this light, I was encountering them. And like the fact that I was low vibrational, I was attracting them, and they were able to, and there were times, they were able to, latch on to me and paralyze me and harass me, shall I say. So during this phase of my third I've been awakened, every episode was different. At night, to me, I look back on it, it wasn't like every night, but it was often, maybe every other night, but it was often. because I was now seeing within myself. And like I said, I started doing my research. After a couple of nights, of me experiencing this, I started doing my research and I started getting online. I started, typing in third eye and all of this because I knew it wasn't these two eyes. Hello? I knew it wasn't these two eyes. There had to be something spiritual about it. So finally, I came across third eye, and then I started watching people personal experiences, sharing their personal experience, their testimony about their third eye, the pros and the cons, and that's how I knew. Okay, so this I had opened up I didn't open up anything. Pandora's box was opened up to me. Let me just say it like that. Pandora box was opened up to me. I look back on it. I did not force it. But I will say this, I was doing a lot of sun gazing, and I was told with a lot of people, sun gazing can help your pineal gland, all right? It can help to awaken it. So that's what I'm sticking to, due to the fact that I was sun gazing. I know it has really enhanced my visual when I go within myself when I'm sun gazing. It really it helped enhance as far as what I see within myself, But that's my truth, I can't speak for nobody else. I love sun gazing. Um, it has also really helped me to see energy as well. It changed my visual to where I start seeing energy, around me, around people, But anyway, so I hope that answered your question, sister. I wasn't prepared. And what I was doing, I was just lying down, getting ready to go to bed and closing my eyes. But before I went into a deep sleep, all of a sudden I was just conscious, what I was seeing within myself. I started seeing, this light, this all looking light within myself. And I started seeing movement. So that was my first introductory as far as my third eye being awakened. I'm trying to remember anything else that she had asked me. Let me just say this: do I suggest that many of you who are interested should open up to awaken your third eye? I'm gonna say it like this: I don't think nobody should rush it. I don't think nobody should rush it. 'Cause a lot of people do not know that one vibration must not be low. One vibration should not be low when they're trying to awaken their third eye. That's the point I'm trying to make. One thought process should not be negative. All right, one must be in their heart space. At least be in a place of love. You're not out here, talking all negative, looking down on your brothers and sisters. I don't care what color they are, because you have to realize when you go through yourself, you see a whole other family, a spiritual family that looks nothing like you. They looks nothing like you. They looks nothing like you. But forget about the white and the black, BS out here. That the powers that be, spiritual weakness, high places, trying to start like a race war out here. We're all the Most High God's children, okay? We all are uniquely, wonderfully made, okay? If we can get along out here, you should better get along within yourself. But one must be in their heart space. Because like I said, when this third eye awaken, you're going to be attracting all kinds of beings and, celestial beings and terrestrial beings. You're gonna be attracting all of that. It just depends on where you are vibrationally when it's all said and done. And please know, the Most High God is nothing but a creator. That's all He does is creates. Okay, there's plenty of planets that are out there. Where there are a lot of beings. They live on top of the planets, and then a lot of them live within the planets. Okay, it depends on their history, past history, as far as them dealing with war. With other planetary ETs as well. But for the most part, a lot of them on these other planets, they live within the planet. That's the point I'm trying to make. Just like Mars, there are ETs, there are within Mars, not on top of Mars. On top of Mars, that was like eons ago, but it was a war, okay? I'm not going to get all into that. Do your research, meditate on what I'm saying. There's nothing new under the sun, okay? The sun out there is shining not just on Earth Gaia, but it's shining on a lot of other moons and planets as well, okay? That we're all familiar with. But, our NASA's only going to tell us so much. But they are seeing a lot going on these planets. But they're not going to tell us. It's okay for them to know, but they're not going to tell us. But the point I'm trying to make is there are a lot of beings that looks nothing like us, and they are very advanced, okay? Many of them are very loving because they are in their heart space, that light that's within them, they are expanding in, and they are in their heart space. So when you go through yourself and you're meditating, you are able to connect with them, okay? And you can communicate with them, but it's telepathically, that's all. But the point I'm trying to make is, when you in your heart space, you will see these other beings that are showing themselves to you, okay? And I see them with love, with love and gratitude. That's my attention that I put out towards them. Some of them smile at me, some of them don't, but I know that they are loving because I pick up on their vibration, their energy is positive, and they go on about their merry way. They're very curious, just like we're curious. They're curious. They pop up, they look at you, they observe you, and they go on about their merry way. And then some of them will pop up with another one that looks sort of similar to them. Might be male and female. But anyway, it's crazy. The first should be last, the last should be first. I think about our insects, like ants and mantis beings. They're actually mantis advanced insectoid beings that are off planet that are very advanced and intelligent, okay? And they're on top of the food chain, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is, they don't eat humans, but they are very advanced. But it's amazing how we have insects that, like according to the word, God made man dominion over this planet. But the flip side of it is on these planets, a lot of these so-called, um, animals that we see, insects that we see, they're on other planets and they're bigger than we are, and they are advanced and they are very intelligent. I find it to be very interesting. Here we have tigers and lions, and in other dimensions, higher dimensions, there are felines. Felines, humanoid looking beings. That's interesting. We here on this planet we have fishes, and on other off planets, there are beings. I don't know what name you call them because I see them coming through sometimes. I consider them as dimensional beings as well, but they look like amphibians. They have like the scales. Sort of remind you of it sort of remind me of what you call them? What you call them? They be in the ocean, humanoid looking fish people. I can't think right now. I have a brain freeze moment. I apologize. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of it right now. But the point I'm trying to make is, these beings are very advanced. Not only are they out there in the ocean, but they're also off planet as well. Like I said, whether it goes to, I mean, whether there are insectoids or our cat kingdom, or when it comes to the amphibians and our fishes and all of that, some of them look humanoid as well, but they're on other planets and they come through. They come through. I see them. They have like a fish looking lip, and their eyes are slanted, like fish eyes, but their face is kind of wide, and they have like a two little dot nose, and I don't see no hair, but you can tell that they have that fish-like look to them, which they're not fish, but I'm just saying they come through as well. The point I'm trying to make is the first should be last, the last should be first. And a lot of these so-called, the Most High gods, animal kingdom, shall I say, whether you consider them as insectoids or, just animals, period, out here. A lot of them exist on other planets, other dimensions, and they are far advanced, and they're bigger. They are bigger, and I consider these like dimensional beings. I only say that because they exist in other dimensions, but hypothetically, my, vibration matches their frequency because they come through. I'm able to see them. Had my vibration not been able to match them, I wouldn't be able to see them, and it goes for any of them, you know. So I just wanted to share that with many of you. I feel like I've said enough. I want to thank many of you for sewing into my channel. I appreciate many of you. To those who have taken the time to think of your sister and pray for me as far as me wanting to have the hypnosis regression session done. And I really do want to have it. I know Albert's open because she had emailed me. She's open for this month. I still don't have the goal money that I'm believing for. I don't have it yet. Like I said, it's $500 for this session. I don't have the amount yet. If I don't end up coming up with it this month, I'm going to miss the opportunity. But there will be more opportunities. But I'm just going to give many of you heads up to let you know that I appreciate you, especially those who have donated. I appreciate you, but I don't even have the 250 yet, and that's at least half for a deposit. If I can come up with at least 250, I can at least get a spot in for this month. That's the point I'm trying to make. But I'm not gonna worry about it. If anything, I learned the lesson. Always be ready. Always be ready. If I learn anything, I'm learning that. So anyway, I was only, was requesting that, even though I appreciate many of you for donating to my channel anyway, because this keeps me going and it helps me to make my channel, creative, shall I say. But anyway, but my main reason was for many of you, as far as giving to your sister, as far as a donation, is really to help me to have this hypnosis regression session done with Miss Albert Weinstein. Many of you can find her on YouTube. She's very awesome. I'm learning a lot from her channel. But anyway, but we'll see. For those who have donated, I love you and I appreciate you. For those who are praying for me, I love you, I appreciate you, because prayer does change things. But for those who have donated to me, if I end up missing this window because I wasn't ready and I didn't have the amount of money that I need to get a spot for this month, that's all I want to say. I love you in Christ. And but like I said, always be ready. Always be ready, okay? Always be ready, because you never know, what I'm doing is going to open for you, and it's your turn. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all, let y'all know something. If I end up missing this window of opportunity, there will be others. There will be others. So I love you in Christ, and bye for now.